Apologies in advance, everybody. I'm Symphony.
And I'm Atlas, and this is Dead Cells. We're going to be playing the Dead Cells.
The Dead Cells.
We have not been able to put out the other one because technical difficulties. But you know what? We're gonna do the do. It makes no difference to you guys, but you know what?
Flavor text. That's all this is.
Yeah.
You're in the tutorial section of the tutorial.
Let's go normal.
The good old dank and damp cellars.
You know, I don't know when it's supposed to be coming out for the Switch. Date this video a little bit. But there is an update coming that's already out on the PC. But since playing it on Switch, no idea when it's supposed to come. But it's the Update O'Plenty.
Update O'Plenty. I like it.
It rebalances a lot of shit, and I don't care what you have to say, lady.
Well, I mean, I already did apologize in advance, but anyways. With this, we're probably not going to be going too lore heavy. This is, I mean, being a very roguelike and, well, having a silent protagonist and mostly what is a reactionary action game. This is going to be just kind of a nice little, what's the word I'm looking for? Consolidated half hour to 45 minutes of chaos for your viewing pleasure. And if you're seeing an inconsistency with, if you're on YouTube just binging our videos somehow already, thank you, Hyperfan Early Metal Joystick, Hyperfan 42069. I'm just assuming that's your username. If you're stumbling upon the deep, dark era of YouTube, where we're located right now. With no webcam for this episode, and webcams on some other one, we realized early on, thankfully in our career, that our webcam is not up to snuff. And syncing it with our Elgato platform worked for a few episodes, but we've been seeing inconsistencies left and right. And with a two-person format, welcome to just our little hanging out, playing games, and just having fun with it. And hope you enjoy our little slice of madness here. And our little goopy-brained warrior.
Hey, it's you. Looks like I'm the right side of the door for once.
You know, I can't help but... What do they mean?
Still no answer.
Yet again, no answer?
No answer. And I knocked again. No answer.
Two-sentence horror story.
No answer. No answer. Damn it. He's supposed to... Whatever. I'm not going to waste my time.
You might, it might be a later. You might have to get past a certain point.
Eventually, he's supposed to flip out on you and be like, hey! Hey! Stop it!
You know, I think this game has the... Well, other than Link being a complete and utter wrath upon on every incarnation of Hyrule, Home Invader, what's the term for just destruction of property, not like medkit?
I put it on Half-Life style.
I like it.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, there's different style of health drops. There's carnivorous, vegetarian. Then there are fun ones, like Castlevania-esque.
Isn't there one that's literally just all turkey or something like that?
No, that's just Castlevania-esque. Okay. And even then, you get mainly
full chickens, turkey legs.
Chickens, turkey legs. I think there's a few cakes thrown in there, stuff like that. But Half-Life, I guess that's a new one because I've never seen that one before. I threw that boy on there. Hey, you know what? Let's give her a try.
You know, you almost got the 30 kills with no deaths and time.
Yeah.
For anyone watching, this is not the first incarnation of him playing it.
No.
Not only for the channel, but in just general. Sorry for cutting you off.
I have plenty of time put into this game. I still may be terrible at it, but it's in the eye of the beholder, I suppose.
Isn't it always?
I mean, I could definitely beat the game with what I've got right now. Or at least I could try.
Yeah.
Maybe not with the health I have, God, no, but otherwise, these are the things you got to deal with.
They are the things you truly have to deal with.
And I really should have done my due diligence and tried to clear more in the last run, but you know what? I'm trying to make this fast. I want to beat as much as I possibly can in the time I got. And we probably won't be able to fully beat this run in one go if we're just sticking to the 45-minute mark.
It'd be pretty tough. I find the runs I do, at least, I still haven't been able to beat it with first mutation, but I have discovered that if I try hard enough, I can get a good run going on base difficulty. It takes me about an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It really depends on what build you got. It's a shame that our first footage, while not corrupted, the audio is very...
Yeah, you literally could not hear us.
We've had a couple videos already do that. We're still very much in the infancy of our channel. It may be the third channel that we'll be running, but it's the first channel where we've had full creative, and to our benefit for learning, our detriment for production, our first one we've been running entirely by ourselves.
Yeah. Take a canvas bag to the supermarket.
Take your canvas bags, take your copyright. Shit.
If you keep it under 15 seconds and you're not actually playing the song, it's okay. Neither of us sound like Tim Minchin.
No. I may look a little more curly-haired incarnation of him, but definitely not.
Get out of the wall, asshole.
I mean, hey, you gotta give him props. He found a way. Life, finds a way.
It, I guess, finds,
I mean, just going into the wall, that isn't so much life finding a way as it is just...
cheats us.
Hacks. That flying thing has hacks.
It's got the haxes.
Oh, sweet, the nutcracker.
I'm gonna take the nutcracker. I enjoy the nutcracker. I keep hitting B instead of A.
I don't get it. It's the same layout.
You know what? I switch between PlayStation, PC, and using an Xbox controller every now and again. And the Switch
And
on
the
top of
Joy-Cons.
that. Of course I'm not going to remember every button layout all the goddamn time.
Oh, and if you throw GameCube in there. Kids who grew up in the 2000s. The game controllers are why they have trust issues.
Seriously, though.
Press X. I mean, we're blatantly ripping off a meme, but I mean, that's just what the internet is nowadays. It's people trading memes and making new memes and trading those memes. And somehow all linking it back to Shrek or somehow Metallica.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
You're all of a sudden the ghost hunter with the doors in this game.
I didn't say Bismillah, but I said hiya.
You're ghost hunting in what's this place called? Promenade of the Condemned?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the flavor text they gave you for this.
God.
Oh, the Serenity.
Damn it.
And it's just not. I mean, I won't lie. It isn't a go-to tourist destination for me here, my friend.
I mean, it's not, but it's a beautiful place in summer. This is more the fall. You gotta come during season, or else it's full of zombies.
The zombie. Is that subtle commentary on like tourism in the summer, or are we just talking our ass here?
A little bit of both. Honestly.
You know, this place it's freaking Disneyland if you try hard enough in the sun. In the winter, it's Disneyland quality. But in the summer, you can't. I mean, well, look at all the flies you got. People just walking around like zombies. Green. I mean, he just hopped off Beeps McGee somewhere in the room. I don't know any Disneyland rides. I've never been to Disneyland.
My grandfather lived not too far from whichever one it is that's in Florida.
I think that's Disneyland. And, that might be Disney World. I don't. The only one I know is all the kids who were in choir in my school got to go to Disneyland. Got to go to the one in Florida. So I can't say I know offhand. I wasn't a choir kid. I was wasn't so much special ed, but staying after school. Study skills is what they called it in my school. And that was where, while not intentionally being a jokester with my friend and just making lighthearted fun while the teacher begged us to pay attention, just wound up going poorly for her, and our whole shenanigans just wound up making everybody angry. And, well, I mean, it was 7th and 8th grade.
You were terrible children.
We weren't terrible children. We were just stupid and thought everything we said was hilarious.
I mean, that's most kids, though.
Yeah, that was just... We were 7th graders. I mean, I will stand by that I do laugh at how, looking back on it, we were pushing every button our teacher had.
Oh, I imagine.
I mean, my good friend from high school, he was... you knew him very well. He was the class clown for a lot of people. And just... I think it grew from unintentional, making everyone laugh, to intentional, but in the unintentional days when we were just having fun and just trying to make the best of a bad situation, oh man, it was bad. We were turning, and I mean, I think the worst part is about it, it was nothing but just kind of making fun of the teacher for not having all the parts to an age-old board game and not realizing how bad she probably felt for that fact.
I mean, you guys definitely... I mean, I graduated from the school, but my co-host and I did not grow up together. We went through high school for a while together, but we did not go to the same schools. And I mean, I went to some pretty bad schools, I'll tell you that much. But I mean, the school that we graduated from, they weren't... Podunk is pretty nice. Pretty nice way to put it.
The Podunk Academy is... Hopefully we can keep that terminology for whenever we discuss... We've got a bit of a lineage together for...
Damn it.
We've got a... Oof!
Oh, god dang. I lost.
Shaking the rust
died.
off that. Oof, that's a...
No, that was just bad play on my part. The thing that really put me off there... I'm not used to those spinning maces being there.
Yeah?
Those are new. Yeah. Just shut up, lady.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I don't think she was in the game when I was playing it.
Yeah? I know for a fact she wasn't in there when I first started.
I mean, it might be after Fee Fi Fo, the skeleton Joe wakes up, but... I don't think, I don't remember her, at least.
Going for a little bit of a different build this time. And we're definitely not going to be making it through a full run this time. No. I apologize. Maybe one of these days, if I can... Well, later on in the game, it gets easier to run through because you have more stuff, but...
Man, we had a killer... One day, we'll have to bring it out. Find a way to fix the auto or something, or just the gameplay. It was one heck of a run for a while there. Combo. It was a song of ice and fire, is what it was.
It truly was. It was probably one of my best runs that I've had in a while, actually. Not just for being able to actually play the game wise. No, it's just like in general was a phenomenal run.
It was Ice Blast. It was Freeze Blast mixed with a fire skill that I wasn't too well versed in. That just it was kicking butt. It was just kicking all the butt. It was impressive. It was what it was.
I quite enjoyed it. I was wondering where he went.
I don't want to. He's just, it seems like a hassle. It just seems like
too much hassle.
I'm going for a walk. I need to clear my head. I'm just not feeling it today. I'm not feeling. I mean, do you think? Question for you, Tyler. Do you think these madmen who roam the halls, do they reanimate every run, or do they like you do, or is it a new set every time?
I'd say they probably reanimate.
Okay.
Just the laws of the world.
Yeah. Ooh. You're not really that well equipped to try and handle the toxic sewers with the first run, are you?
I mean, I have my base. I have my saw. That's it, and I haven't even gotten an upgrade yet.
Oh.
Twin daggers. Get that DPS going.
That dips.
There we go.
Oh, but circling back, I do need to point out the fact that while it is kind of just sad for the teacher, it was hilarious how botched her clue build was for the tools we had on hand for trying to play it. It wasn't Colonel Mustard in the library with the candlestick. It was, I think it was a piece from Sorry in the study with a pen cap. And it wasn't that we were like bummed out or angry about it. It was hilarious because we're seventh graders. We still had a good amount of imagination left in our craniums. It's just our teacher wasn't having any of it because, well, I mean, I'll also give it to the benefit of the doubt. We were making it hyper violent. It was like Professor Plum walking around. It wasn't a pen cap, it was a bazooka, and he obliterated the kitchen. You were finding pieces, and she was trying to tell us, stop! We're finding pieces of the poor soul who lost this round, and we were going ham with it too. We were going Shakespearean with our acting. We were method acting that stuff. We gave no craps about what we were doing, and I mean, I peaked.
Peaked in 7th grade, man. It's the harsh reality of the world you live in.
Oh yeah.
You live in. I'm at a state of constant peakage.
You're a constantly ascending mountain. I mean, no one wants to tell you it's a landfill, but I mean, the heights you're achieving are high.
Well, I mean, I am a hot dumpster fire.
But hey, again, there's a world record for a landfill, my friend. There's a world record for a landfill. And by God, you're building a legacy on that. This is a hill you die on. It's just the same. It's expired dog food and diapers. I mean,
it's the most delicious pile of dog food and used diapers that I've ever been on.
I'm not sure how I feel about you eating it, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
You know what? I don't need your benefit.
I mean,
you can take that benefit and chuck it.
I mean, if we're being completely honest, for a landfill, I'm pretty sure we could build something pretty horrific on just how many pets we've lost together.
Seriously, good lord. That's not out of us being bad pet owners, just being 25 and generally having
old pets.
Well, old pets, and then just getting pets that they don't last long. Goldfish, you can have a mound of goldfish by the time you're 25, man. I tell you what, I can't even tell you how many goldfish I've had.
I mean, not to be it's not out of morbidity. It's that these dogs, they left impacts. These animals, they left hilarious impacts. There's nothing but love in our hearts, or Three Stooges amounts of hate for them.
Oh, he's particularly talking about my my grandma's dog before that thing passed away.
Kilo Loefenstein.
A 20-year-old Chihuahua. Now get this, a 20-year-old Chihuahua.
Literally.
We got her when she was 12. And the previous owners had no idea how old she was. But because they too had gotten her from a separate set of people.
Oh.
And, that leads to a little bit of, leads you to wonder, why does nobody want this dog? Well, there were good reasons why nobody wanted that dog. I loved it for a time, for what it was. She was a good girl most of the time, and then she got really old and incontinent, and it's just a bad time for a while.
Truly the mayor of the capital of her own incontinent. Truly, just... And mind you, from an outsider's perspective, hanging out in our last 2 years of our high school days, a cavalcade from the outside, truly a mountain of hilarity was born from this pet, because its age gave it such good comedic timing. It wasn't poor soul going into that good night, wide-eyed and staring at the horizon, saying, "I lived a good life." It's, if I'm going out, I'm going out George Carlin style.
Taking all you bastards with me.
I wear adult diapers not out of convenience, but out of inconvenience for my family. And it was a sight to behold from the outside. There were a few times it was a living hell to be near. But this dog was making the most of it, and with every step it took. It was fat, and it was picky. It chose the worst times to go out at night.
Everything about that dog was just kind of... There's a little bit of good and bad with everything, but that dog... I mean, yeah, there's the incontinence and everything. That's just dealing with an aged dog. But then there's everything else that we're just not talking about. That dog was quite literally a living hell at times.
I mean,
because she just really didn't like anybody.
You couldn't.
She was loud. She was angry. So you couldn't have a conversation with anybody in the house without her having to have the last word all the time.
I think it was that the more she got incontinent, it didn't feel like old age. It felt deliberate. It felt damn near deliberate. This dog wanted to make everyone know I'm still alive. And it sucks. It sucks for everyone that I'm still alive.
She didn't care.
No, I mean, I very much had similar pets growing up for the sake that I had a cat who passed recently that, oh man, he loved getting old. It was more, the older he got, the more loving he got, but he made sure. He knew every little present he brought home. It wasn't out of trying to keep food at our doorstep. It's, you stepped in with something I ate this morning. And
my only question is,
yeah,
how'd we get on the damn subject of dead animals?
I don't know.
You just started talking about dead animals.
Oh, I think it's just
ranting.
School.
Yeah, I suppose.
High school. I mean, a prominent part of our high school was just the strange and... Well, I think it's just the fact that we've both grown up with... We're 20-year-olds who grew up with 70-year-olds.
Yeah. I mean, I was raised by my grandparents, and...
My parents are as old as your grandparents.
Yeah, exactly. Your parents definitely had you at a late age.
I think the most disturbing part about it is just started talking about dead pets shortly after we spoke about reanimation. We're getting a little pet cemetery for comfort, if I'm being honest.
Well, you're the one who brought up Pet Cemetery now. I'm sorry, everybody. My co-host is currently unavailable. You sent him for medical detention.
They're coming to take me away, ho ho. They're coming to take me away, ha ha. Hee hee ho ho. To the funny farm. Oh, and I do feel, I mean, I know why I went on there. I feel our childhoods are just, it's a gold mine of just bullshit.
Yeah.
It's a gold mine of what on earth happened.
Why the hell are you so scary? Well, let me tell you about let me tell you a little story.
I mean, if Metal Jukebox, or not Metal Jukebox, Metal Joystick was not the perfect name for our channel, it's Tales of 20-year-olds stuck in a retirement home.
By the way, he keeps saying that we're 20 years old.
Well, mid-20s.
But I'm 25.
I'm 24. I'm 20s. I'm 24 and 24. It doesn't ring as well.
Tale of a 20-something in a retirement home. Man.
I like that. I like that. That's going to be our memoir. Our self-written memoir. It's all illegible and in crayon, but they were wondering, they can write fine. Why'd they write in crayon? Deliberate artistic choice.
I mean, it's just like, the artists who use weird mediums. There's, people who use the skins of animals as canvas. People who use garbage. There's that one lady who uses literally anything that can come out of a human being in New York. It's a very big caveat that it has to be in New York, but
I mean, when you mention that, our minds both just jettisoned in different directions, because I just thought of Ringo Starr using MS Paint to make haunting imagery.
Yeah.
Art that horror people wish they could come up with for some of their creations.
Oh, and I love his names for him, too.
Oh, yeah. He's...
This is Man in a Hat. This is Gary Busey. And here is Steve Buscemi.
I mean, I think our self-proclaimed and pompously titled memoir would fit him even better. Just England is his retirement home.
The entirety of England. I feel bad for the English.
I mean, it's just, you got to imagine, it's when he walks out of his house in the morning, his neighbors are just sitting there. Oh, Peepaw's out again. Oh,
I'm Ringo Starr. Did you know that I was a Beatle?
Oh, he brought a staple gun. Oh, yep, he covered our front lawn in his art.
Oh. There you go. It's a new painting I did just for you, Gary. Just for you.
And speaking on the subject, I have nothing but respect for Ringo Starr.
Oh, absolutely.
He's probably the one Beatle I respect more than anything. For the sake that he's the one who just...
He's one of the only ones that's actually a decent human being.
And I mean, nothing against Paul for just... I've heard bad things, but I don't know him personally, and it seems like everyone who talks about Paul has a completely different retrospective on him.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the same with anybody, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
and if you can say...
You can argue anything against, even, Ringo, I'm sure, has done some things that aren't terribly couth. But,
you definitely gotta... I mean, if anyone, they are one of the few artists, if you want to say Ozzy was probably one of the first people in the metal community to transcend the genre as a celebrity. But the Beatles and Elvis were definitely the first musicians to ever really step beyond the threshold that was just fame as a musician to fame as just an icon in the pop culture.
Yeah.
And just bizarrely too, every one of them. I mean, Elvis was just a strange case in his later life. I think Elvis... That's another thing that I kind of notice. The whole humble beginnings things can go one of two ways. Mm-hmm. It's either you are an amazing artist, you start from humble beginnings and you're an amazing artist,
and you continue to be as good as you can for your entire life, or you really peak and then kind of go the way of Elvis and you end up dying of a heart attack on the John because of his drug addictions and all sorts of other good things. That being said, I still am a fan of Elvis. Just don't listen to him nearly as much as I used to when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, on the other hand, that's all I really listened to. Elvis and Ozzy, odd combination, but you get what you get.
You get what you get.
I mean, I was also listening to The Music Man on vinyl because I had a bunch of hand-me-down vinyls. But you get an interesting collection of music.
I mean, in all reality, the weirder the childhood, you get stories you can tell. I mean, in all reality, these stories are just us reminiscing, and you so have to be tuning in. And I mean, I'm hoping they're as entertaining to you as they are to us, because just if you're if you're on YouTube, and what are you doing on YouTube if you're not looking for insights from a 24 and 25-year-old on the pop culture zeitgeist and what it means to be famous? Two people living in the middle of Podunk, Minnesota,
Seriously.
talking about the inner trappings of the world. I mean, if you're not here to listen to that, what are you on YouTube for?
Yeah, I mean, what exactly? What are you on YouTube for? Like,
that's all it is.
It's where YouTube is literally a bunch of 20-something-year-olds talking about nothing, talking about something that they have no idea about. And then there's the odd few who, are not 20 and do in fact know what they're talking about. And then you get, the 30-something-year-olds, and we just don't talk about them.
I mean, if you're not here for truck stop philosophy, you're on the wrong side of YouTube if you stumbled upon us.
It's still not on my side of the YouTube, but
that's because you have a weird part of YouTube. You're on the very interesting side, my friend.
Little story behind that. I'm a master at finding the weirdest stuff on YouTube. Like, I for a while was thinking about starting up my own channel where I just talk about the weird side of YouTube, because I just have a knack of finding quite possibly the most odd crap anyone could run across.
And I mean, in all honesty, if you think you found something that can trump it, link it.
Yeah. It's not, like anything illegal, because there's still stuff like that on YouTube from time to time.
Keep it PC. Not endorsing anything that, if it goes against community guidelines, keep it to yourself. But hey, I mean, one thing, you found stuff I don't think I could find if I looked for it, like John St. John.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Like I said, I've said this before, but never on any sort of platform. That's an unfortunate artist right there.
Yeah.
Sean St. John. I can't remember what his actual name is, but that's just the character that he played quite often. He died of alcoholism, and it's very unfortunate because he was a very interesting kind of character actor. Very
interesting. I mean, I think the weirdest I find is stuff like The Pier and The Crow and the Raven kind of stuff.
Yeah. Even then, I saw The Crow and the Raven like 2 years before you did.
I mean, I was just introduced to the absolute insanity that is, I'm mad at myself for forgetting it, but he's the dude, Double King, that guy. He did the Fallout 4 special trailers and stuff. I'm tipped off. I hate talking about an artist not being able to credit him, but he did Double King, he did Pigpen, and he did Man Spaghetti. A bunch of absolutely mind trip videos, and all beautifully animated. And the best way I can describe his animation is, you ever walked into a Chinese restaurant and looked at the weird patterned wallpaper? It's like watching someone animate that. That's what I feel like a lot of his stuff looks like.
Yeah, you're not really wrong. Do I want to go to Blackbridge?
We at least got to get a bass fight in here. Not a boss fight, a bass fight.
I want to fight a bass. I also want to get to the little secret area here.
I think it starts with, I think it's Steve something. I'm going to be completely wrong on guessing his name because down to the wire, I always remember name. And I'm typically the person who will remember the weirdest crap, so I'm kind of mad at myself now. You'll probably hear me blurt it out during the boss fight or something, or I'll probably just mention it in the start of the next video just to be able to credit the artist properly. But just there's so many underrated artists on YouTube you can find that just will blow you away. And that's why it's one of my favorite platforms. Just, and I'm happy we have our humble beginnings are being uploaded as we speak to this little wild west of a platform, especially in today's age.
Yeah. At least it's not as bad as it once was.
Yeah.
Functionally.
I mean, I can't say the start of YouTube was really something that special. It started from some of the most bizarre. I mean, you want to try and pinpoint where meme culture was born. It was born on YouTube.
Seriously.
Meme culture was born on YouTube because there were just people who doing the weirdest crap. I mean, anyone who condemned Vine for what it did, who's a fan of early YouTube, really are hypocrites, and I will stand by that statement. The stuff we watched as kids was just as cringe. It was just a lot more niche when we watched it, so it felt a lot more special.
Yeah. I mean, I just ended up watching Newgrounds, but
that's where the true like people who wanted to find. I mean, that's where like all the people who still are relevant on YouTube today migrated from Newgrounds. It used to be a really huge place for a lot of talented artists, and well, they had a rating system that actually supported their artists.
yeah.
I mean, Ego Raptor, go to old Mr. Aaron from Game Grumps. I mean, we're a duo here of a very angry man who loves animation and bizarre loud humor and a long curly-haired our inspiration is very much on our sleeve, but that's for like everything we do. We're on YouTube because we were inspired by YouTubers. It's what we grew up with.
Yeah. And I don't think there's too many YouTubers who are on the website that really weren't inspired by other YouTubers.
No.
Is there?
You know, it's time for a leap of faith.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh! Hey! Oh, sweet. That's an alright bow. I never used it myself, but... Oh!
I didn't. I thought that it would be closer.
That's some impressive footwork there. I mean, that's some Mario throwing his cap skill there, man.
Sir.
Not
there, apparently. Oh, it's one of those. It's one of the jumpy ones. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna.
You just go down for it.
Fine. I'll go back, and I'll do it your way.
You will do it my way. It's
Actually, yeah, that's
crap.
why I can't do it. I had already been here. That's why, and it's all your fault.
Well, you know what? At least I bothered to ask for directions. Thank you, voices in my head, for giving me directions. Pointless and wrong directions, but at least
I quit. I quit. I'm gonna make my own gaming channel. It's gonna be nothing but The Binding of Isaac, and everyone's gonna hate me.
I like how you didn't even say you were gonna make anything better. I'm quitting to make shit.
Hey, man. I didn't necessarily say it was shit. I love The Binding of Isaac.
Well, you said everyone... Well, okay.
No, it's just going to be my personality. I'm going to be just flat, deadpan. The only thing I'm gonna do that's going to be interesting the entire time, I'll just be sitting there talking deadpan about, like, cats. It's not even anything cute about cats, but, like, the actual, like, physical breakdown of a cat.
Step-by-step anatomy.
Yeah, it's going to be an anatomy lesson. Just different cats.
Not even, like, anything, like, grotesque or anything. Just literally, like you're reading it out of a science textbook.
The leg bone is connected to the hip bone. The hip bone is connected to the thigh bone.
Obviously.
Are you a fucking idiot?
You think you're better than me, don't you?
That's it. You think you're better than me.
Look at you. Are you a science professor? No, I quit. I quit this theoretical channel I'm not even on. I quit.
Just quit.
I quit the thought of it.
I quit the thought.
Oh.
Why won't you die?
You know, he's a very inconsiderate concierge.
He is. He's a very... he's just a very mean man. I don't like him.
He's no Mr. Mosby. He's not handling the Tipton well. I mean, look at it. He's not even wearing a dress code. Like, I mean, he's a concierge. This place, it's a nice palace. It's a little run down, but you know, a dress code could spice things up. I think truly. And he's just walking around thugging his way through it. It's just poor customer service.
Poor customer service. I mean, when you've been in retail as long as you and I have that, you learn a few tricks.
I haven't been a concierge, but I've worked in a hotel, and I can just say his work ethic is pitiful. I mean, do you know how many times I wanted to step beyond the counter? I mean, there's not even a counter here. What's he do? Is he on break? If he's on break,
he's fired.
He's
just fired. See, I'm gonna keep this.
God.
I'm gonna keep this.
He's just fired.
I hate it. I hate them all.
I'm disappointed. I mean,
they're all fired.
They're all just. I mean,
everyone's fired. I'm everybody's boss now.
You see that no one knows the true lore behind Dead Cells. That he's actually he's the health inspector.
He's the health inspector. You guys will probably not see this filled for a very long time.
Oh no!
Even in my personal, I have just filled the first one, and yeah.
I mean, they do make it hard to fill it. Like, it's deliberate because you can't leave until you spend all your cells, so you can't save them up. You just gotta...
Yeah.
You gotta pour your heart and soul into getting a bunch of cells, and you know what? Think right here.
Yeah, it's a good enough place as any.
Think right here. Good 20-minute mark in game. A good chunk of...
Yeah.
Of just chaos. Well, not so much chaos, just whinging and dead cells. Whinging and wonderful dead cells.
Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed whatever psychobabble you could all glean from any of that BS. Do the whole like and subscribe business if you enjoyed our business. Leave a dislike if you didn't, because, it still helps anyway.
Toll the bell of reckoning for more psychobabble.
And, everybody have a good night.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you had a good time.
Bye.
I mean, I never noticed, like, the little... Like, the weird orb he has in his head, like...
Oh, that's his eye.
I know, but is this like a salon? Is it on fire? Or what's going on? Because once it launches out, you see it's like scoop, but...
Yeah. I think it's just magic.
I mean, this game can be very much described by magic.
Magic.